Did tons and tons of mistakes. That's the reason probably I've been where I am right now. And I love telling my team, I say, please do make mistakes. The only thing which you'll have to make sure, always learn from those mistakes and don't repeat the same mistake again.
This is your host Ritu and welcome back to Bubble Chat. Today we have a very sensational episode with the CEO of Roseate Hotels and Resorts, Mr. Kush Kapoor. As a CEO of Roseate, so can you please share your story, how you have achieved and what is your guru mantra?
Well, I'm sorry, but I don't believe in designations. At my level, I don't have an office in the organization. I don't have an EA and PAs. We sit at the same floor. None of my HODs have an office. So that means there's no doors, no cabins, not even the cabins which you have, we have partitions out there. We don't have anything like that. My chair can be taken by anybody. I can take anybody's chair, whoever comes to the office. That's the way it is. I purposely did it when I opened the brand about 9 years back, just to make sure that what I went through during my steps of journey, my other team members should not go through. So did tons and tons of mistakes. That's the reason probably I've been where I am right now. And I love telling my team, I say, please do make mistakes. The only thing which you'll have to make sure, always learn from those mistakes and don't repeat the same mistake again. Do a new mistake, and I'm happy on that part. But just don't make that mistake again. My mantra is very simple. You all have heard of that. The word is called as TIPS, which is TIPS. For me, T stands for transparency, and I love sleeping 3 hours when I sleep in the night. That's good enough for me. I used to sleep 1 hour in 24 hours for 20 years during my career. I've started sleeping more right now. So when I want to sleep that whatever I could do during the day for anybody, I've done that. And I don't have regret that I've done something wrong or I could have done something more. So that's how I spend my entire day. So that's transparency both in professional and personal life. That's T. I for me is innovation, and that's what we as a brand stands for. 365 days means I just need to improve 1% every day is what I believe in, and that's what my team has understood, because as I said, they don't have any option if they want to work with me on that part. P stands for passion. We all have heard of passion, so I'm not going to elaborate on that. And S for me is simple. Human life is as simple as you can think on. Most of the people, I agree, they don't believe on that part, because everybody says life में इतनी tensions हैं 24 hours में. And if I can get 1 minute, I can explain them in 24 hours what exactly you do and how much time we guys waste, even in the work or even in the home family on that part. So keep your life as simple as possible. Reason being, whichever industry you are in, you're actually only handling human beings, and human beings want their life simple. So if you can keep your life simple, nothing better than that. So that's my mantra. Couple of things we've done. So my brand is considered as an R&D brand, like the company where I'm sitting in right now. We have our own 20 products of our own. I have my own teas, Roseate teas, which we serve to our guests. We don't procure teas from outside. We have our own coffees. We have our own water. We actually generate water from the moisture in the air through solar panels. And that's what we serve to our guests. That's in Delhi Resort I'm talking about. Yes, during the winter season when there's not much of sun, we obviously then serve them alkaline, but that alkaline water is also made, we convert the RO water to alkaline. So that's a technology. In the resort, there's a different technology. And the same water is actually taken by my employees also. So for me, it comes very simple. My employees are always the first. My guests are the second. My owners and the owning company is always the third on that part. That's how we work.
That's beautiful. So in the era of increasing technological automation, how does Roseate Hotels ensure that the human touch remains central to the guest experience?
As I said earlier also, human beings always would like to meet and deal with human beings. So the technology is always at the back end. So it's seen to make sure that the work is very seamlessly done. Even if it's right from a check-in to a check-out. I'll give an example basically. So in Roseate House in Aero City, it's a 216 room. We've got the technology inbuilt in the hotel through our partners. We work with a lot of startup guys basically, and I help them grow where we also grow side by side. And I always believe in collaboration on that. So in the hotel rooms, on the 2 floors, which we've already programmed the technology, you can actually open the rooms from your own mobile. So we don't give you the key cards anyway now on that part. So you open the doors from your mobile, you can order in-room dining from your mobile. You can see the entire menu with the pictures, with the videos from your mobile. So actually then you're not talking to the in-room dining order taker on that part, right? So you save time, money, energy on that part. So it's more seamless and guests can actually able to see it on that part. You can actually order concierge services, which is the car services, spa services. You can check in from your mobile, and in about 2 months' time, you will also check out from your mobile. Now, I still need human beings because I want my employees, when the guests are in the lobby, to just spend as much time as you can with the guest. And I want my employees to be as much talkative as they can.
Mental health and critical well-being have become critical conversations in corporate settings. So how does your approach technology integration as CEO in Roseate supports rather than stresses your staff?
Thank you. We did a pilot project by a company called as Resiliency Program. Mr. Vikas Gupta is the owner, co-founder of the company, and I did the R&D with them last year for almost about 6 months. We tested about 80 of our employees in the organization just to understand. So this app is on those 80 employees, was on the 80 employees' mobiles. Right from the understanding to what level they are into the stress, or are they approaching the stress levels. I had a dashboard to understand who's going what during what time.
So how do you train your staff to use technology as a tool for enhancing personal connection rather than a barrier?
So for the employees also, we're giving them an app on their mobile. So we've got 2 apps. One is completely for training. I believe, especially for the young generation, I guess, because they all want to be on their mobile. So I said, why not put everything on their mobile only in that case? Because why you want to bring them into training room? All the employees, all the trainings for 365 days are on their mobile. So you've got videos, you've got presentations. Every quarter, every single employee knows what training he or she has to complete on her own. And there are tests after every training, which is online. If you fail that test, this automatically triggers an alarm to me and the L&D, Learning and Development Director. The other app we also have is for complete employee well-being and the happiness, or you can say engagement of the employees.
So with the rise of AI and advanced technology, what are your thoughts on preserving the emotional intelligence and empathy that are crucial in hospitality?
So for my employees, I always make sure I create experiences. I focus on experiences. So even if they're walking into the hotel from the time office, can I make sure that camera talks or wishes them by their name? So if they come, like if I'm entering my time office, there is a voice in the camera who wishes me welcome Kush to the hotel. And that somebody calling my name makes my day when I'm entering into the hotel. So that goes for all the employees in the org. That's part of the AI, I would say, on that part. So this is an experience I'm talking about. Second E is the engagement. How well can I engage with my employees and my employees can engage with my guests on that? So it's engagement, it's experience, and third, which is more important for me, is the emotions.
So what are some early signs of tech-induced stress or burnout that we should watch for, and what can we do for that?
So if my employees are working anywhere, so I've got my mobile and the cameras access I have on my mobile, right? So imagine I'm sitting with you guys right now and I would just want to see what's happening to my employees in London or Reading or Bath or Scotland or Rishikesh or in Delhi hotels right now, or the team which is in Noida right now. With the cameras, I can actually see their facial expressions. With their facial expression, we've set the parameters that those parameters can actually tell me now. If I zoom in and I can check, those parameters will be able to tell me that this employee is already stressed out with just the facial expressions on that. So that's in the testing mode right now. So what I'm going to do after that, the moment obviously we're able to through with these tests in a couple of more weeks, hopefully it should be done. I'm only going to call that HR head or a learning head or the hygiene head of that hotel or the unit head GM of that hotel. And I'm going to tell them, boss, can you just get that employee to your office or where you're sitting, talk to that employee. And make sure that employee speaks out before that employee leaves for the day.
Do you believe technology can ever truly replicate the human touch?
Never.
This is always on culture becoming the silent killer of work-life balance in corporate environments, and how can we manage it?
You work for 10 hours, 12 hours, 14 hours, 16 hours on most of the days, and it's a non-stop. When I come to culture part of the thing, I prefer, and as I said, my employees are literally my family because you spend more of the time out there. If I can build that employee's culture out there, these are the employees who are going to go back to their home and they're going to carry the same thing.
So do you believe that focusing on employees' well-being in a tech-driven era directly impacts productivity and profitability?
It does. So I'll give an example right from the water, as I said. So water what we serve is the purest water in the country. You can get it tested from any of the labs in India. The water which you get from the market and the water we serve to our employees and even for the guests. My pH value of the water which my employees drink is 8.2 to 8.3 right now. basically. Compared to the water bottles which you get from the market is 7.2, 7.3, 7.4. So that alkalinity just helps you to become better. Plus, as I said, the programs what we run for our employees basically on a daily basis, the entire week. Adding to that, what we also started now, so we had challenges with the employees, manpower I'm talking about. So last year I sat down with my security guards, which you have outside the building, outside the hotels you have the gardeners, you have the kitchen stewarding people. I got all of them into the ballroom. I asked them, whoever has a son or a daughter 18 years and above, get them to the hotel, I want to meet everybody. So we got about 100 employees with their father, mother who's working with us. I shortlisted 40 of them just by speaking to them and making them understand what job, if they're interested to do in the hotel. I'm just giving an example basically. We always believe in uplifting the entire community. And that's how your brand builds up actually. So there are people staying in Mahipalpur. Imagine a security guard, daily wage, minimum salary, 25,000 you get in hand. Family of 4, you're getting 25,000. You're paying a rent, you're taking care of those people, you're paying for your kids' education. By the end of the month, you're saving about 1,000, 2,000 rupees, right? I said, I'm going to double the salary of your family starting from this month onwards. Are you interested? He said, of course, why not? I said, all you need to do is, I'm going to select 40 people. So I've selected 40 of their kids right now who are 18 plus years on that part. We took them for 3 months of training of English, which we paid for that, trainer from outside, and personality development. And all they need to do is to speak basic English, good morning, sir, afternoon, sir. Make sure they're nicely groomed because that's a part of the grooming and personality development. That kid works for about 25 days in my banquet hall and I pay them 1,000 rupees flat every day. So which means 25 days into 1,000 is 25,000. Now that kid and the father or the mother who was working with me are earning 50,000 rupees instead of 25,000 for the same family in the same house now. Now the good part which has happened, or which I always thought of, the father cannot do anything wrong because the kid is working in the hotel, right? Kid cannot do anything wrong because the mother is working in the hotel. So that's a bonding which is created in the same family, in the same hotel. And that uplifts the entire thing on that part. So that's how we work on that part.
That's super. That is so super. What trends do you foresee in the corporate world for harmonizing technology and well-being?
As I said, we keep on upgrading and I keep on working with the startup guys to make sure we always ahead of market has not even thought of, at least in the hotel industry. And we keep on building it up, we keep on developing it out, keep on bringing it out in the market.
As someone leading a global brand, how do you personally ensure a balance between staying connected and disconnected at the same time?
I always tell my employees, and you've heard of that many times, I would say, for my preference is always on human touch compared to high touch. Right? So make sure human touch is always there and high touch has to be there. But high touch has to be at the back end, not in the front. Front is always the human touch on that part. Technology is a must. It has to be there. You cannot live without it.
So your go-to strategy for a tech detox?
Find your purpose and use the technology for your purpose.
Cool. What's more challenging, digital burnout or emotional burnout?
I would say emotional burnout is more than the digital. Digital you can still stop. You can still stop on your own. Emotional, you need a lot of help from people all around you.
If technology were a person, what advice would you give them?
Shut up for some time, maybe every day. On that.
Great. So, wellness practice that works for you, meditation, exercise, or sleep?
I would say meditation. I do a lot of breathing exercises.
So, what's one thing that you ensure for your team's well-being?
They need to be happy. Happy can also be, I prefer the word peace rather than happy.
Roseate Hotels, modern luxury or timeless charm?
Timeless charm.
Leadership in one word.
For me, leadership I've always defined as leader is a person for me who needs to be ready to take the risk.
Luxury means?
As simple as you can be.
Wow. Roseate Hotels in one word.
Experiential, as I said. 3 E's rather, experiential, emotion and engagement.
Your go-to stress buster.
Anybody who I can help live a better life, this is what I always, that's my goal, stress buster.
Beautiful. So your definition of well-being in one word.
For me, again, I will come back to the simple word. If I can keep the life as simple as possible, nothing better than that.
The most essential quality of a CEO.
You need to be accessible at any point of time around the clock. That's your duty. That's your duty.
One word to describe your vision for Roseate.
We need to be the best. We don't want to be the biggest.
The biggest challenge in the corporate world today.
Politics.
Your favorite technology tool?
Mobile is the best.
One word that defines success for you.
Chindy, if I made 1% difference in terms of positivity in somebody's life, I'm successful. For 9 hours from morning till evening, just understanding what they're doing. On an actual human being, you literally only work for 5 to 6 hours a day. Rest of the time, it's all passing. And I can just prove it from my side, and I'm not trying to debate on that. Just think for a second, आपने 2 घंटे पहले जो किया था लाइफ में अभी आज ऑफिस में, was it worth it? Is it going to help you to grow in life? If not, please make sure for next 2 hours you don't repeat that. If you remind yourself every 2 hours, you don't need a mentor in your life. You become your own mentor.
Thank you so very much, Mr. Kush Kapoor. Let's rock in 2025. See you all together and very soon. Till then, take care. See ya. Bye-bye.